Look at you. Yeah, you. You think you're broken, don't you? They tried to bury you, tried to silence your fire, tried to turn you into nothing. But guess what? You're still here. And let me tell you something. They made the biggest mistake of their lives when they underestimated you. They thought they could break you, didn't they? Thought they could tear you down, take away your strength, and leave you lying there in the dust. They wanted to see you quit. They wanted to see you give up, stay down. They wanted you to believe that this moment was the end. But here's the thing, they didn't realize who they were dealing with. You're not just anyone. You're not just some victim of circumstance. You're a survivor, and not just any survivor. You're a warrior. You were forged in fire, built to withstand the kind of pressure that would crush most people. But you're still standing, and that's terrifying. You don't get to this level of strength without paying a price. No one who's ever risen above their circumstances did it without going through hell. It's that fire, that pressure, that refines you, shapes you into something they can't understand. You've been broken, but now you're rebuilding. And when you rise, you won't be the same. Oh no, you're going to be stronger. You're going to be unbreakable. You think you're done because it hurts, because you've fallen, because you've lost people? Remember, that pain is fuel. Those losses, they're lessons. Those scars, they're proof that you fought. And guess what? Those scars are permanent. They're the battle marks of someone who survived when the world tried to destroy them. And you're going to wear them proudly. You see, the world doesn't break you to destroy you. It breaks you to rebuild you, to create something more powerful. The same people who walked away, who turned their backs, who saw you struggle, they're going to have to watch you rise, and they're not going to recognize you when you do. They thought you were buried, but all they did was plant you. Now you're going to grow. And when you do, they'll be left watching in awe, realizing they can never touch you again. Think about this for a second. Everything they did to you, everything they said, every time they tried to break you, none of it was ever really about you. It was about them. It was about their fear, their insecurity, their need to keep you small so they could feel better about themselves. But you've got something inside you that they could never understand. Something that won't ever go out, something that won't ever die. So they can keep waiting for you to stay down, for you to stay broken. But you know what? You're not staying down. You're not staying broken. You're not staying in the dirt. You're about to rise, and when you do, they're going to regret ever doubting you. They're going to wish they never tried to tear you apart. But you're going to look at them with no anger, no bitterness, just a quiet, knowing smile. Because when you rise, you'll be rising for yourself, not to prove anything to them. They'll have to live with the knowledge that they couldn't break you, that they couldn't stop you, no matter how hard they tried. They'll have to live with that. And trust me, it'll eat them alive. But this isn't just about revenge. This isn't about making them feel bad. This is about you, about realizing your power, your worth, about discovering who you really are. They try to destroy your fire, but they don't realize they can't destroy what was never meant to be extinguished. That fire inside you, it's never going out. It's just getting hotter, stronger, fiercer, and when you rise, it's going to burn so bright they won't know what hit them. Here's the thing, you don't get diamonds without pressure. You don't get strength without struggle. You don't get greatness without overcoming adversity. So yeah, it's been tough. You've been knocked down, you've been hurt, you've been betrayed. But guess what? Every single setback has been preparing you for the moment when you rise and show the world exactly who you are. You're not just going to survive. You're going to thrive. You're going to rebuild everything they tried to tear down, and you're going to make it stronger, better, bigger. Every scar, every bruise, every tear, they're going to become the foundation of your strength. They gave you the tools to rebuild yourself, and when you do, they'll have to watch you turn that pain into power. You think it's over, don't you? You think this is the end? Nah, this is just the beginning of something bigger than you ever thought possible. You're going to rise from this, and when you do, you won't just be whole. You'll be more than whole. You'll be a force of nature, a living, breathing testament to the power of survival, the power of resilience, the power of someone who refuses to be broken. The world is going to try to knock you down. That's a given. But here's the thing. They don't know who they're messing with. You've been through the fire. You've walked through hell and come out the other side. You've been battered and bruised, but you're still here. And that's what makes you unstoppable. That's what makes you dangerous. They don't know it yet, but they're about to find out. You've got a fire in you, a fire they could never extinguish. They tried to break you, but all they did was give you the fuel to rise higher. And when you do, it's not going to be just a comeback. It's going to be a whole new era. You're going to be stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you've ever been. And they're going to have to watch as you rise, helpless to do a damn thing about it. Do you know why they're afraid of you? Because they know that once you realize your own power, there's nothing they can do to stop you. You've got that strength inside you, the kind of strength that makes the world shake. And when you stand tall again, when you rise from this, the world will know it wasn't just the world that tried to break you. It was your own power that refused to die. They thought they could break you, but no, they just gave you the tools to rebuild. They gave you the materials for your rise. And when you do, when you stand there, untouchable, unbreakable, they'll have to live with the fact that they were never strong enough to break you in the first place. You've been through hell, but you're coming back stronger. And when you do, you won't just survive. You'll dominate. You'll rise higher than you ever thought possible. And those who tried to break you, they'll be watching as you walk into your power, knowing they could never stop you. You're going to make them regret ever thinking they could tear you down. You're going to stand in front of them, rebuilt, reformed, and stronger than ever. You won't even recognize yourself because you'll be something more, something they could never have imagined. They'll have to stand there helpless, watching you soar. But let me tell you something. This isn't just for them. It's for you. It's to show you who you really are. You were never meant to be broken. You were meant to rise. And now you're going to rise like a storm. You're going to rise like the sun after the darkest night. And when you do, the world will know that nothing and no one can ever break you again. You're not just a survivor, you're a warrior. And warriors don't just survive, they thrive. They don't just fight, they conquer. And you're going to conquer everything that tried to tear you down. You're going to rise, and when you do, they won't just see a warrior. They'll see a force of nature, unstoppable, unbreakable. So don't sit there waiting for the pain to end. Don't sit there waiting for the struggle to be over, because this is the making of you.